Welcome back to making a UE tutorial every day for the rest of my life. Day 3, we're going to be taking a look at taking damage. You can see when I walk through this little area here, I am taking damage. And I'm going to show you how to replicate this in single player and multiplayer. And so yeah, let's get down to the tutorial. So I've deleted all the code, and I'm going to basically start from scratch. So there's two things we basically need to do to get this whole system working. And the beauty of this system, so this thing here, is that it will work for near enough any damage receiving and taking scenario. So what we'll do is we'll do the third person character side of things first, and then we'll create an actor and actually have it deal some damage. What we want is the event any damage. If I could spell. There we go. And this runs on the server. If you are not doing multiplayer, this will also work in single player. The other way you can do it is you can create some custom events, which is like take damage. You can call this event by casting to the third person character. The problem with doing that is that if you have a lot of things in your game attacking a whole load of other things in the game and each other, etc., this event will only work for your third person character, and then you kind of got to cast other things, and it just becomes a bit of a mess. Whereas if you do it this way, it's nice and fluid. But yeah, you would just call it custom event. You could have, for example, an input of like incoming damage, and set that to a float. And then everything we're going to do up here, you could just do down here as an example. But what we'll do is we'll get rid of this. We're just going to do it with this server way for now. Just because it's nice and easy, to be fair. And what we want is we want to get our current health, and we're going to minus from our damage. Then we are going to clamp this. We'll clamp float, and we want to stick the max health into here. So what this is doing is we're going to receive any damage from any source coming in. We're going to minus that damage from our current health. We're going to clamp it between our minimum health and our maximum health. And then we will set our current health. Like so. Once that's done, we can get our... There's one other thing I want to do, which is obviously a follow-on from day 2. Which is we will get our player HUD, not set it, sorry, we're going to get it, and we are going to call our update health function, and we can plug our current health into here and call our max health. There's one thing we haven't done in this video because I already had it set from where I was testing, but what we want to do is click on our current health and make sure on the right hand side it is set to replicated. That way, we know that the server is going to update that for the player, so that the player also gets that updated position for current health, which if you're using the binding or the updated health method, at least it feeds in and actually physically updates it. So we now want to see this actually working. We want to see our player take some damage. So what we're going to do is we're going to come out here, and I'm going to create another blueprint. I'm not going to show you the one I've already made. We're going to make it from scratch. We'll call this one BP underscore taking damage 2. I'm just going to open that up. I will drag it over so you guys can actually see it. We're going to add in a collision. We'll just use a box collision. And this doesn't have to be a collision-based taking of damage. It can be anything, right? You could have this whole thing take place on the end of a projectile collision. You could have it take place on the end of a sword. You could have grenades use this same method. It like the possibilities are, you know, as whatever you want it to be when it comes to taking damage or sending damage. So now we've got a collision box. We want to have the on begin overlap like so. We probably will use the end overlap as well, but for now, let's just set up the actual begin overlap. And the only thing we need to do is call a apply damage. And the other actor is what goes into there. And then we'll set this to something small so that it doesn't do too much damage. We'll set it to 5. I think that's fine. And then if we go to the level and we drag out our taking damage 2, we'll resize just so we know we're going to walk through it. Like so. Then we know it's going pretty much straightforward. So if we press play now, and you can see we're taking damage. Now we're taking a lot more damage than we actually wanted to. That's because we are colliding more than once. So to fix that, what we want to do is we want to slow things down. We don't want to keep applying damage. This isn't the best method because obviously if you're using a projectile, it's going to hit once and destroy itself and things like that. But because we're using a collision box, we're just going to do something so we can show it working a little bit nicer. We're going to use a do once for this. And we'll plug the completed in there. We'll create a custom event and we'll call this reset damage. Plug that into the reset. And then what we want to do is on our box, we want to get the end overlap. And then we're just going to, every time we end the overlap, we just want to reset damage. This is purely, I would never do this normally. This is purely just for, this is purely just for this tutorial, because the reason I would never do this normally is for the fact that anything that runs through it at the same time, so if we had like 2 things go through at the same time, one of those exiting will reset, and then whoever's left in there will then take damage again before they have had chance to actually leave the box. So it's not the best outcome. It's purely just a tutorial fixer so that we can kind of see it working just the once. So we go through, it happens once, it happens once again, once again, once again. So we're actually taking 5 damage. And if we walk through our other one. Now, if you're wondering if this works on multiplayer, we are already set to client. So we've already got this working as an official multiplayer method of taking damage. The nodes that we've used are purely for, I say purely for, they are mainly for server play, but you can use them in single player as well if you, because there's no server, it just runs on the client and it's doing exactly the same thing. There's just no server connection. You are the server essentially. So yeah, it works nicely in single player and multiplayer. Hopefully you found this useful. If you have, leave a little like and subscribe if you're not already. And of course, if you have any tutorial ideas, add them in the comments because I'd like to do them as we go along. And I will see you tomorrow.